gazing out across the ocean, one of life's eternally beguiling pleasures, almost so much as watching a thoroughbred racehorse at full tilt. And here, Southern California, on the westernmost flank of the United States, both come as one, because the Pacific stretches as far as the eye can see, and cheek by jowl, this most gorgeous, charismatic of racecourses, the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club, a mile spiral of dirt enveloping a super tight, tricky turf track. Built in the 1930s in the Spanish colonial style, this is where the Sport of Kings was reimagined by Hollywood. It's a movie set. Legendary crooner Bing Crosby was the chief fundraiser and first president of the Del Mar Thoroughbred Club. His committee members included gunslinging Oscar winner Gary Cooper and comedy stooge Oliver Hardy. Gosh, those meetings must have been a hoot. Bing even sang a song about the place.
Where the turf meets the surf, down at old Del Mar, take a plane, take a train, take a car.
Where the turf meets the surf indeed. And as for the greatest show on turf, well, that has to be the 2024 Breeders' Cup, the World Championships of horse racing. First run 40 years ago to the day, down the road at the now defunct Hollywood Park, and what sport it's given us.
Safely kept coming back at him. Aesterius took a bad step 10 feet from the wire.
Here indeed is a superstar. A Razzie. It's going to be a 3-horse photo finish to the turn. Here's the wire. Photo finish. Unbelievable. Zenyatta. What a performance. And Zenyatta, the lane has won it ahead.
Bing Crosby had a decent string of racehorses of his own back in the day. His racing silks were blue and gold. No colour photos, you'll have to take our word for it. And this year the blue and gold will be back at Del Mar in the form of Wathnan racing. 4 horses compete in 2 championship races for Wathnan's first Breeders' Cup Challenge. The meeting begins with Future Stars Friday, the 2-year-old races. Win here and you're already a star. In the $1 million Juvenile Turf Sprint, Wathnan field 2 colts who've won Europe's best speed tests for youngsters. Lightning fast Royal Ascot hero Shareholder.
Heading up to the line, it's Shareholder to win the Norfolk.
And Aesterius, winner of the celebrated Flying Childers Stakes.
And it's Big Mojo on the far side from Aesterius on the near side. Aesterius beginning to get up. Aesterius
has travelled over here all good. Couldn't be happier with him. My team said that he's settled in really well. I've seen him at the track here this morning. It's like he's done it a million times really. He takes it all very well. He's developed really, really well throughout the year. He won his maiden on debut, and then it was a big step up to Royal Ascot where he ran a huge race in 5th. And then from there he's progressed very well through Stakes Company, winning enlisted Group 3 and Group 2 company, and it would really be a pinnacle of his year to finish off well here for sure, yeah. In terms of preparing for it, Aesterius went to Kempton for racecourse gallop, and he galloped around Kempton the wrong way to sort of simulate the tight left-hand bend. The other thing that's very important here in America is gate speed. They obviously jump very quickly. He's always jumped quick in England, but he's gone to the stalls this morning and gate schooled and jumped very quickly, so we're quietly confident. He's got a good draw, and hope he can be running a huge race.
Well, I haven't ridden Shareholder before. I've ridden in 2 of his 3 races that he's won. He looks obviously like a very talented horse. I was in Norfolk when he won that so well at Royal Ascot. He looked like he travelled into the race, superbly well. When James pushed the button, he was instant in picking up. That was a good performance from a 2-year-old that only went in there with 1 run. So he looked like a very decent horse that day. I haven't ridden here at Del Mar before in the Breeders' Cups. The 2 years it has been there in 2017 and 2021. It will certainly help, I feel. It's quite a tight track. It probably takes a little bit of knowing, but equally you need a horse who can handle it. I think you need a horse who can, jump well, get a good position and travel throughout the run, which I think Shareholder is able to do. You always need those small factors to work in your favour, and obviously, like any other race, you always need a good bit of luck as well.
The $1 million Breeders' Cup Dirt Mile is rapidly growing in status. So much so that the 2023 winner, Cody's Wish, was the US Horse of the Year.
Cody's Wish! Cody's Wish! I think he won it by a nose on the wire!
Wathnan again run 2 in the same race, and these 2 have already met in combat before. Cagliostro got the better of Tumbarumba in the summer. Roles were reversed more recently, when an outsider came and beat them both in the Churchill Downs slop. Well, never mind where the turf meets the surf. That day was where the wind met the rain in the slop at Churchill Downs. But the sun's out here at Del Mar, and I'm joined by Wathnan Racing's two trainers. Trainer of Tumbarumba, Brian Lynch, alongside Cherie DeVaux, who handles Cagliostro. Now, this is turning into a nice inter-owner rivalry, Brian. It's almost as though you planned it.
Yeah, no, looking forward to this race. I think we took the worst of it the other day down on the inside. I don't think that horse is really comfortable down there, but I thought he ran really game in the acted on a sloppy track on the inside. So this will be an interesting race. We've drawn outside a little bit today, and there's plenty of pace on the inside of it. So I'm sure me and Cherie will be happy to see as much speed in the race that's in there.
They're obviously very closely matched horses, Cherie, aren't they?
They definitely are. It's been a fun rivalry between friends and within the ownership group. Brian, he got the worst of it, and we actually had a pretty good trip with Cagliostro in the ACAC, but he just did not have an affinity for the track that day.
Now, Brian, Tumbarumba, I didn't realise, though I should have done, is a place in Australia not that far from where you grew up.
No, it's a lovely little town up in the mountains of Australia, and it's an Aboriginal term for thunder. So we're hoping to see Tumbarumba thunder down the stretch here on Saturday.
And as for Cagliostro, I'm not going to ask you about the origins.
Actually, it was an Italian magician from a very long time ago.
I'm seriously impressed.
Yeah. No, you'd have to look it up.
You've got 5 Breeders' Cup chances with live chances as well. Just tell us for you how it would feel to get that first Breeders' Cup winner under your belt.
I might faint.
Not far away.
It's definitely an achievement for any trainer, and I'm very young still in my career, 6.5 years. So if I win it now, it would mean a great deal, as there are plenty of trainers that I have high regard for that still have yet to do it.
Right, everyone knows you're pretty young at heart, and you've got a very special affinity with Del Mar as well, because it was very good to you when you came here to the United States.
Absolutely, and to win a Breeders' Cup here would be absolutely phenomenal, especially with a son of a horse that I had won a Breeders' Cup race with, so Oscar Performance, and so Tumbarumba being his progeny, that'd be even that much more special.
So the sun is shining on horse lovers and race fans. The beach can wait. It's time for the Breeders' Cup.
Where the turf meets the surf, down at old Del Mar.